Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about the situation that's going on between Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann. There has been many reports surfacing and stating that it is almost impossible to keep Messi and Griezmann in the same team next season. So there is a possibility that we may not see these two players play with one another ever again, and we could be seeing either one of these players move to a different club. And we are going to be explaining what exactly does that mean for FC Barcelona. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about the proposal that has been given to Moriba. What is his contract renewal situation looking like? Is he going to be renewing with this club? Yes or no? And then we're going to be moving on towards another player named Yusuf Demir, who has been newly signed as a FC Barcelona player. There has been many reports stating that this is a talented player, that this is one of the best players that Barcelona has signed in years. And then lastly, we are going to be discussing the latest fitness updates regarding Ansu Fati. All of this is going to be discussed within today's video, but we are first going to be talking about Antoine Griezmann and Lionel Messi. This is what this topic is going to be revolved around on. So here's the thing, right? There is a lot of complications going on in this Barcelona club. There is a lot of tension going on in this club. And one of the main reasons why there is a lot of question marks surrounding this club, and especially coming from the media, it is because it has been said that the players that Barcelona has signed, which is Eric Garcia, Memphis Depay, Emerson, and Sergio Aguero, they cannot register those new signings in and put them into the next league season. And another player that could be involved within this list is Lionel Messi. So there is a possibility that Barcelona cannot register these players in. And this is a huge concern. And the journalists and the reporters, they have asked Ronald Koeman, what do you think about this situation? What do you think about Lionel Messi renewing his contract with Barcelona? And what is the future holding for Antoine Griezmann? And this is what Koeman had to say within that short interview, starting with Lionel Messi's renewal. When something like this is not solved, it is to be worried. But I have full confidence in our president to solve it. Joan Laporta has told me to be calm. We are working on it and are confident that Messi will continue for many more years to come. So you can see here that Koeman is aware about Messi's situation. Ronald Koeman does not know if Messi is going to be continuing with Barcelona or not. There's a lot of work to do. But this is where it gets very interesting. Now let's move on towards Antoine Griezmann. And this is what he had to say. For me, he is a very important player. He's been a great signing and has shown his quality. He is a very good player. But I insist, I do not know which decision will be taken by the club in the end. I'm going to count on all players. If there are changes, then we'll have to accept it. But these are decisions that the club must make. We'll see who stays and who leaves this club. But it is clear that the priority above everything is for Messi to continue. Now, that is going to be key. The fact that Ronald Koeman was trying to address the future of Antoine Griezmann and then ended with, we have to renew Messi in whatever way possible, should tell you everything. Why? It is because, look, I have stated before that it is almost impossible to keep Antoine Griezmann and Lionel Messi in the same team in Barcelona next season. The last thing that we have heard regarding Antoine Griezmann was that Barcelona were willing to sell Antoine Griezmann, but only if a real strong offer does arrive. But here's the thing, because there are so many complications, because it is very difficult to renew Lionel Messi, one of the greatest ways for Barcelona to heal this financial situation would be to sell Antoine Griezmann. And I would not be surprised if Barcelona go into a different decision and say, we may have to sell Antoine Griezmann at all costs. And so because we know that, and because Ronald Koeman has made it very clear in this interview that the main priority would be to renew Lionel Messi, I have a feeling that Ronald Koeman knows that Griezmann could be leaving FC Barcelona, that he knows that Barcelona wants to sell Griezmann this summer, and maybe the plans might have changed. I do think that they have had a discussion about what will happen with Antoine Griezmann. Does he actually count on Antoine Griezmann? Because to be honest, I do not see Ronald Koeman saying that I do not count on Antoine Griezmann, knowing that he is a World Cup winner. Because at the end of the day, you do have to give the respects and you do have to hide certain information. But the future of Griezmann does seem very doubtful. But now I do want to lean towards a different side of this whole story. There is a story going on in the media, and whatever I am going to be saying here, just take it with a grain of salt. Nothing right here that I'm going to be saying is nothing factual. We have not seen many reliable sources claiming this exact same story, but there has been a rumor going on about Antoine Griezmann potentially going to Manchester City. And City is a club that is looking for two players, Kane and Grealish. Two players who can create and two players that can score for their national team and their club team. Antoine Griezmann can do the exact same thing. And I have already seen what the English media has been saying about Antoine Griezmann. They do not really welcome the player. They much rather prefer to have other players. They think that Antoine Griezmann is too old and that they should look for a much better, different player. But it's very interesting, right? Because we have already seen City and Barcelona already negotiate for many players like Eric Garcia, Sergio Aguero, so they have been in constant contact. But there is nothing more that I could say about this story. Again, I'm not going to be fabricating any unreliable stories when it comes to Griezmann going to Manchester City. But if this story does evolve, I am going to be discussing further about this transfer that could happen in the summer. But that's basically about it. And the conclusion is going to be this: Barcelona want to get Griezmann off of their wage bill. Griezmann does earn 34 million euros with FC Barcelona. Having a player that is being paid 34 million euros with FC Barcelona would make it almost impossible to renew the contract of Lionel Messi. And so some things do have to be done. I do not know what's going to be Joan Laporta's final decision and his final solution towards the whole thing. But yes, it is true. The amount of money that Antoine Griezmann is earning is either going to have to be cut, or this player is going to have to be sold in the near future in order to renew the player and introduce the 4 signings that we have signed. Now I do want to move on towards the next topic of today, and now we're going to be talking about Moriba. So recently we have heard that Barcelona proposed a contract renewal to Moriba that did not satisfy Moriba and the agents. It has been said that Moriba was looking for a better contract, maybe with better benefits, a higher wage. We have heard many things, and now we do have a source confirming this news, and it says here, according to Ferran Martinez, Barcelona has decided that Moriba won't be part of the first team until his contract is renewed, a decision that isn't quite understood from the player's environment. Negotiations over a renewal haven't progressed as of late. Moriba's agents are asking for high claims, hence why the renewal hasn't progressed. Those involved in the negotiations say they have only received one proposal from Barcelona that was not accepted, but are still open to turning things around. And that is it, right? The only reason why Moriba did not renew with Barcelona yet, it is because they are expecting a higher wage. And that's very unfortunate, right? Because I know that for Barcelona and Joan Laporta, it is very complicated to renew a player like Moriba with a very strong wage when they know that they cannot afford to give contracts such as these. And here's another thing, right? The fact that Moriba and the agents are demanding such a high wage for a player who was only 18, 19 years old and was introduced in the first team in January 2021, it does worry me, because if Moriba and the agents stand strong to what they do want and Barcelona do not improve their contract renewal proposal, there could be a chance that Moriba may exit the club, because I just do not see Moriba staying at Barcelona B when he has just played first team football throughout half of the year. Moriba is going to want to continue to develop and progress his game, and that's going to be very unfortunate, because Moriba is a great player, a player that is a box-to-box type of player, a Wijnaldum type of player. He is a player that if he does leave, a profile that Barcelona will need will be missing. So this does make me very nervous, because Moriba is one great player, a player that can make his mark at this club. But this is also why I do say, right, I've said this before earlier in this month, the fact that we saw Messi take a wage cut, the fact that we saw Piqué have his salary delayed, the fact that Busquets is taking a 30% wage cut, knowing that these are the captains of FC Barcelona, knowing that these are very important players for Barcelona, they were acting like leaders to say that, look, we're going to be doing this because we want to help our club. The rest should be following. And I did expect many other players from the squad to follow the exact same route that these players are taking. But it seems like Moriba and the agents do not want to take that route. And it really does make you question, right? What is the real commitment coming from Moriba? Do you come to Barcelona because you expect a higher salary, or do you come to Barcelona because you want to achieve great things with this club? And let me make this very clear. I am not saying that Moriba does not deserve to have a higher wage, because I do think that when you are a great player like Moriba, when you show such a high level at a young age, then yes, ask for whatever you do want. But I do believe that the main reason why these negotiations have stalled is because Barcelona need to be a strong club and regain control of their squad players. Another thing that I have preached over the past few months, this is a Barcelona club that cannot be disrespected anymore. And if a player is demanding a certain salary that Barcelona cannot meet, then we're going to have to sell that player. Because if we do obey these demands coming from these players and we give out all of this money, you might as well rehire President Bartomeu, because he was a president along with the other board members where whatever the players did desire, whatever salary demand they asked for, the club did give it to them. But now look at where we're at this moment. And this is why Joan Laporta and Mateu Aleman cannot repeat the exact same thing again. We cannot allow for this to happen again. Whatever the proposal is being sent should be a proposal that should be accepted to any player that is committed to FC Barcelona. But hopefully this does get turned around. Hopefully Moriba does continue to play for FC Barcelona and represent this badge. Now I do want to quickly talk about a new signing that Barcelona has made, and it is a player named Yusuf Demir. Now this is very exciting, right? Because there has been so many sources and so many people claiming that this is one hell of a player. And it says here that there has been an agreement for Yusuf Demir. He will be joining Barcelona B first on a season-long loan deal, and then the club is going to have an option to buy this player. Barcelona Barcelona will have to pay a 500,000 euro loan fee, and the purchase option, if they decide to buy this player and keep this player, would be 10 million euros. Now, this is a great signing because over the past few hours, I have actually been seeing what this player is all about, because I have been told that this is a player that Barcelona have hit the jackpot on, and he is something truly special. He is an 18-year-old player, a player who is left-footed. He can play in 3 different positions as an attacking midfielder, right winger, striker, left winger. And one of the most fascinating things about this player is that his dribbling and instinct for goal is so dangerous. This is a player that Barcelona will need if he develops and furthers his game. If he can do and translate what he is doing to these players into the first team, this is going to be a player that Barcelona is going to be valuing. Now, in the last season, he did not necessarily always play 90 minutes. He was usually always subbed on and off. So every time he did play a game, he got around 45 to 65 minutes. He never really had a game where he played a full 90 minutes. And in total, in the past season, he has played a total of 1,174 minutes with his team. And he has scored 9 goals and 1 assist. And now we're going to have to wait and see, right? How is this player going to be evolving in the B team? It's going to be very interesting. And it says here that Yusuf Demir, who is the latest Barcelona B signing, he has also refused the opportunity to join a team like Bayern Munich and Dortmund and Frankfurt, 3 clubs who greatly wanted this player. The last time we saw Bayern and Barcelona wanted the exact same player, it was Pedri. But in the end, Yusuf chose to move to FC Barcelona. And Yusuf is a player that's a great fan of FC Barcelona, because we have also heard about the agent speaking about his player back in the year of 2020, and this is what he said. Yusuf is a very creative dribbler and has a great left foot. His technique and his vision is extraordinary. The way that he plays is very similar to Lionel Messi. Yusuf is a big fan of Messi and likes everything he does. He used to play in his shirt. So this is a player that wants to play for FC Barcelona and has dreamed to play for this club. And you look at the amount of talent that he does hold. This is going to be a player that we are going to be following. We are going to be following how this player does progress in Barcelona B. Could we actually see a chance of Koeman bringing up this player into the first division? We're going to have to wait and see. And so lastly, I do want to give some quick updates regarding Ansu Fati, and it says here that Ansu Fati is in the final stretch of his recovery and Barcelona waits for him in preseason. Nobody wants to rush this player. The coaches won't count on him for the first game on the 15th of August until he is fully fit. If he is not fit, Ronald Koeman will depend on Memphis Depay. And that's great to hear, right? The fact that we're going to be seeing Ansu Fati very soon is very exciting. And we should not expect Ansu Fati to be rushed. Barcelona is very careful. The preseason is actually going to be starting on Saturday. We should not expect to see Ansu Fati actually participate within the preseason. He is going to be doing some individual training and then eventually get into group training. So players such as Ter Stegen, Dest, Piqué, Pjanic, Dembélé, Riqui Puig, Neto, Coutinho, Roberto, Ansu Fati, and Umtiti will all begin training at the training ground next week. And then we're also going to be having Monchu, Gavi, Comas, Ramos, Mingo, Nico Gonzalez, Collado, and Peña, who are going to be involved in these training sessions. But again, I do want to make something very clear. When it comes to players like Dembélé, Ter Stegen, and Ansu Fati, they are going to be training depending on how they are doing fitness-wise. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.